Well, we talked about in the room, we have a standard here, right? So we're not going to, go out and celebrate that we made the playoffs, but it's still an accomplishment you should be proud of. It's not easy to do it year in, year out in this league. I can go to and I shouldn't say it yet, but the New York Islanders, for example, two Eastern Conference final game sevens right down to the wire, and they almost need a miracle now to get in. So it's not automatic. Things happen during the year. For us, it certainly didn't look automatic in November. Give the guys credit; they played through some adversity then, and we ended up finding our game, and maybe took us a few more games than we had hoped here recently. But we're in now, and now we can start building, our game for the playoffs, which I think we've been doing, Steve, for the last few months. To be honest with you, we just got to get our habits back and hopefully stay healthy. We only had a couple. I thought our entries were much better the second time. We stuck to our structure and support. Second power play, we moved the puck better. I thought we missed a couple opportunities to hit the open guy by holding on to a little too long. That's something we talked about, the pace. Then it closes down, and then we get ourselves in a little bit of a bad spot where we can't make a high percentage play. So it was better the second one. Again, the first one, block shot, comes back at us. So those are some things we got to clean up, some decision making. But I guess I'm glad it didn't come back to be a huge factor in the game, because there's a lot of other stuff besides the power play that factors into the game. We know we got to be better on it. It's got to be timely, and certainly hasn't been anything really in terms of scoring lately, but showed some improvements. But again, penalty kill was more the story for us tonight. Well, I thought it was definitely there, and I think most nights it is. It's as I said before. Sometimes it's puck management, a little bit of decision making. Some penalties got us in trouble. So to me, that goes to a little bit about playing a smart hockey game, playing winning hockey. But I don't doubt those the guys in the room have great work ethic, and their effort is typically there night in, night out. It's just channeling that into the playing the right way, which is on us to make sure they do. So. Happy for them, and you spoke about Freddie. Good for him. He sat a game. Some guys don't respond well, and they come back and they're bitter or whatever word you want to use. And Freddie wasn't that way. It was explained to him why, and I thought he went out and practiced well yesterday and got rewarded right away, going to the right spot. I like that Smitty attacked the net. That line, I said it the other day to someone. I was getting farther and farther away from the net. That's what I mean. Is like Smitty didn't walk up any farther than he had to. He got good possession, collected the puck, saw a seam, got it to the net for a second chance. And that's how they're effective, that line, and we need more of that from them. Certainly been solid, right? I mean, certainly the Ottawa one gave us a chance to win. Tonight he stood in there. I thought we were working really hard in front of him too, Fluto, so it was a good combination. That's what goaltenders need. Got a bit of a break there late. I don't know what happened there that right before the timeout, looked like they scored almost, but it must have hit Crosby or someone tied up. But other than that, I thought he looked composed. He was, confident playing the puck. It didn't always work out for us, but he was confident doing it, and that's step one for him in that area. And containing his rebounds, all those little things that lead to a few less chances a game that help a goaltender. So I think he needed this as much as we did. Be honest with you, as a young guy, you don't want to let it drag too long. Sometimes older guys can play through things not going their way and come out of it okay. Young guys, you're never too sure, especially in that position. So, good for him as a goalie to have a solid effort and a win.
What have you seen from Swingman as he's worked through this? Not necessarily the games, but practice.
A very similar approach. He's a great pro. Comes and works hard. He was on the ice yesterday working on his game. And that's what he'll do on Monday. Tomorrow's a day off, so hopefully, all the guys can sort of take a deep breath. It's probably one of the last times we'll have a few days. I don't know what the playoff schedule will look like. So I think he's been real good that way. He doesn't get too high or low. He's not a guy moping around in there, and he's not the life of the party either. He's a nice kid that very personable, but goes to work every day when he needs to. Well, that's it. You're right. It is recent history, right? So, anyways.
Anything said for the guys going out on that second kill?
No, I think our kill typically has been good this year. I thought what was good about that kill is the shots they got ended up being off net. And some of that has to do with us working hard to our spots and forcing them into hurrying their shot or because we're in the lane. And that's good killing to me. If the team's rotating pucks around and they're missing the net when there's no one near them, that's a bit, you're off that day. But when someone's near them and they're hitting the puck cleaning and see it just kind of going outside the shin pads, usually means that our guys are in the good spots. So I thought that was good about our kill. We were hurrying to loose pucks, whether we got the clear or not. At least we were tying them up, making them work to get it back. So, they weren't great the other night against Ottawa. As much as the power play wasn't good, either was the kill. So we pride ourselves in that. So good to get that part, back up and running, and hopefully the power play will start contributing as well.
Does clinching the playoff spot affect, rushing is the word, but just pushing guys to get back into the lineup if they're hurt?
Well, some guys like now Pasta and Lindholm, we'll use them. Like, they've been out for a bit here. Lindy hasn't played a lot of hockey with us, so I think it'll benefit him to play with our guys in our system, etc. Pasta's been here a lot of years, but again, he's a timing guy, so he needs to play. So when they're ready, they're in. Now, whether you play them in the back-to-back, the last game of the year, stuff like that, or when you have 3 and 4, that's a different story. But right now, we'd like them to get in and get playing and as quickly as possible. I was talking to Linus. He feels better. Whether, that how quick that comes around remains to be seen. But good to see him up and feeling good. And who else? Grizz is back. Carlo looked like his old self today. I talked to him, and he seemed fine before the game. Well, he was fine before the game. So that might have been a one and done, one off, a kind of, one of those, red flag quickly, and then, okay, I feel good. So those are good. So no, we're not going to rush anybody, but they're going in when they're ready, because I think those two guys mainly, because they're the ones that have missed the most.
Speaking of Carlo, in the third period, he went after Bruga and thrown a few punches.
What's that? Sorry, who?
Carlo went after Bruga, thrown some punches. And,
Yeah.
was off in the third. Do you want to see him or somebody else doing that, considering Brandon's history?
Well, no, I think there's a difference between going in and sticking up for your teammate, how you approach it. Is it gloves off like Laser the other day because, we thought it was a headshot, or is it, hey, like you do that again, I'm going to, rip your head off type of thing, or we'll go after your, whatever that guys talk on the ice. So yeah, you want someone to step in, and if it escalates, you'd hope someone else that, would be able to handle that part of it. But, when it's your turn, and Brandon will have to know like how far he can push it.